Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Back. Shit, I know it's been a little second. I was going to do this a little earlier today, but, things happen. It's been a busy day. It was good to see all who are going to be in attendance. Let me run to the Chizat real fit ass. There we go. Yeah, I was going to have this up a little earlier today, but I got to the gym and it took longer than expected. I mean, one of them kind of things, right? Gotta keep tip top. Gotta be in the top 95 percentile of the bodies walking in the gym. Gotta be that, you know what I'm saying? So that takes time. Is that right? But today we talking about the anti-black white separatist politics of the Democrats we saw at the 2020 debates. Let me put in my little blip in the chat. There we go. So now I ain't really gotta fuck with that screen unless I want to. Alright, so nigga in here. So if y'all paid attention to the debates over the past couple days, I wanted to digest a few things, and I tried to keep y'all on tap, kind of give y'all a play-by-play or whatever of what I saw, whatever. But if y'all thought the Democrats was going to all of a sudden come around and get real, if y'all thought that they were all of a sudden going to like black society, after months of us generating digital records of them one by one saying they don't want to specifically help black people, they don't particularly want to help the Negroes. Check for what? All of this shit, right? If y'all thought all the months of them crumbling under the pressure that we put them on about having a black agenda, them buckling under that, was going to change, then you were disappointed by this first round of debates we saw this week. I gave sort of a play-by-play, like I said, on a few of the faces that were there. But this is the real breakdown. This is what I want to do. I want to do this as a way of showing my audience exactly what to expect from Republicans. You know what I mean? This type of shit that they doing, we're going to expect this shit from Republicans, Green Party, anybody. Donald Trump and Bill Weld, if you can count Bill Weld. You know what I mean? You can't count him out, but just because he ain't popular, but whatever. As we begin pressing these candidates for a black agenda, just as a mere exercise, we're just running this exercise, right? So we're not thrown in an emotional tailspin. I'm doing this type of shit. So we're not thrown in an emotional tailspin when we see this exact play of neglect the blacks again when they enter the debates, when the Republicans enter the debates, when whoever the fuck enters the debate circle, right? If any of them can get funding besides Trump, basically, out of who's left, you understand? That's the point. And the host of Democrats that we have seen have been the first out of the gate with downing reparations, been downing the black agenda. And Republicans have largely let them take the wheel on that. They've let them take the slings and arrows of all of that. I personally think the 22 Democrats that we see being put on this national stage, I think it's about 22. I believe it's 22. I'm saying 22. It's probably 22. I think 21, something like that. So a bunch of them. I want to say that them being on that kind of stage nationally and being put up there as a response to something that we did as a people that made white supremacist society get on code in a certain way. I don't know if I can prove that. I don't know what it was that we might have done offhand. But we can speculate for days. We can speculate, right? But we got to keep certain facts in the clear of our eye that a bunch of them Democrats we saw on the stage got money from Donald Trump to fund their campaigns presently and in the past, right? And have gotten money from Donald Trump and his kids or whatever to fund their fucking campaigns. Right? So there may be a secret loyalty to the Republicans and to Republican donors coming from the Democrats. I want to say that first. And it could also be the same with the Green Party, the Independents, the whoever the fuck, right? We know Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, she's got money from the Trump kids going back as far as 2011, 2013 when she was the Attorney General out there in Cali. She got money from Trump directly in her Senate campaign for some nonprofit. They tried to disguise it as some nonprofit that he was giving to, and she didn't take the money when she was in the campaign, but after the whatever, he gave you money, right? Cory Booker, he's got money from both of the Trump kids, all right? So those two in general, they could just be some paid ethnic faces, right? Those are the paid Negroes. And I want to dial back when I say Negro when I mention Kamala Harris in the same sentence, right? But, I'm saying that certain faces can be paid to be these intellectual chew toys that we've been talking about, to be a diversion, to be diversionary, to kind of keep black media busy, right? Is one thing I see, right? White supremacist society, we've seen they will pay to get certain diversions started. Look what happened to the Black Panthers. Look at motherfucking Black Lives Matter and all they little chapters across cities. It's rife with agent detractor ass motherfuckers, right? I look at that. I look at that under one scope, right? Who else? Kirsten Gillibrand. She done got money a few times from the Trumps, right? I told y'all she's the white woman candidate in this election. She's the Hillary of this election, actually, if you think about it. Except she's more rude, more crass, more, if you could imagine that, right? She could be another white supremacist decoy chew toy. You understand? In that sense. Joe Biden, he done got money from Trump for his campaign. He's got money from Trump. So I'm just saying, put it all together. We know how Joe Biden program flow. But Trump said so himself. He said, look, this was when he was in Iowa and then it was on the little campaign run or whatever before he made president in his first term. He said, I've given to the Democrats. I've given to Hillary. I done given to everybody because that was my job. He's like, yo, this is what I'm doing. He was like, yo, I got to give them money. I got to give to them because when I want something, I get it. So he's already framing it as, I'm making a play on you motherfuckers. I'm making a play on you figures. You understand? To do what the fuck I want now or whenever the fuck, right? He coming out real with it. This is what he said. And he was like, yo, when I want something, I get it. And when I call these people up, they kiss my ass. This is his exact words. This is what he said. Trump is looking for paid ass kissers when he opened up his checkbook. You understand? Trump's ideology is that politicians can be bought and paid for. So fuck it, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I support on my channel. Y'all already know that no other way works in politics. What up to __? I see __. Don't know who you are, but your name is __. That shit's crazy as fuck. Yo, my name is PDGAF. That shit crazy as fuck too, right? But you see what's happening. So if we talking about following the money, that's a smoking gun. That's a smoking gun to add on to my theory of Democrats being intellectual chew toys for black society to keep us occupied, to keep us rah-rahing and shit, leading up to presidency. I mean, and giving us engagement with politics and with the politics of this nation in that way by basically trolling us with the virtual library. They gave us a whole soundbite library, these Democrats, as far as them outright swearing off black society, downright excluding us from eating at the trough of race and group specific policies that everybody get to eat from. This is the whole point of this video. You understand? That sounds like political segregationism. I'm gonna call it political Jim Crow. I'm call it Jim Crow. Y'all remember the black codes? The concept of the black codes during Jim Crow was, look, white folk get to be over here and do what they want, and you black folk, y'all over there. Y'all over here, black folk, and everybody else get to be over here. This is what the fuck we under right now. That's why I put in the title Separatist. Anti-black white separatist politics of the Democrats. This is agreed upon by national politicians to exclude black people and to be our intellectual chew toy type shit. This is what we looking at, right? So the purpose of this video is not only to add another chapter in the books on how these Democrats have ventured to actively and willfully on camera neglect black people, and not even just looking at how, Republicans are going to be putting on similar kind of shows, Trump and all of that. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, I see the fucking future. This might be another Peastradamus moment with me. Like Professor Black Truth say, it's our job in new black media to tell the future. Shout out to Professor Black Truth. And in my crystal ball, I see our ADOS exodus, foundational black society exodus, American ground state black exodus from politics altogether on a national stage. And that's going to be the next thing that we need to promote in black society. Really harshly promote. Just like as harshly as we promote in ADOS and everything else. We need to really promote that next. Let's already get this shit trending on Twitter now. Like now tonight, goddammit. Share my video now. Because we can already see the writing on the wall. And I'm not one for running in place with nobody, with no group, with nobody. I ain't the one for crying in place. None of that. Begging in place. None of that. We got to make a statement in that way. And just like these politicians at a national level are soundly making their statement of neglecting us, we're going to have to agree to eventually, mark my words, to be on code, to be on a code, or we have to agree that it is code to neglect them back. Nobody black should vote in this presidential election. That needs to be the thing we run with. That's the next hashtag that we need for that shit. God damn it. Any hashtag about pot. Look, we need that. We got no black agenda, no black vote. That's good enough. I can deal with it. That's a start, right? But you heard it first on my channel. And you'll hear it again. The only option we really got right now is to do write-in candidates. Where you write in the name of somebody that you want for president. But I think the rule is with write-ins, you don't, like every state don't do write-in candidates. So, it's a hit or miss with write-in. But locally, I think write-ins are pretty effective from what I've researched. Again, I'm searching out this political world just like y'all in a lot of cases. My channel is the channel of niggas that don't vote. That's how my channel will start. Is the niggas that don't vote, don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Y'all are just watching me go through the journey of filling along the walls in this bitch. And like, yo, okay, this is this, that is that. But this also comes into, shout out to the sister Donna Jackson. that put me on to that right-in vote. Donna Jackson, she's a sister out in Newark, New Jersey, who's been banging on Cory Booker for years. She put me on to that shit. Y'all check out the work of Donna Jackson. And what's the other sister's name? I can't remember her name. I can't remember it off top, but she been banging hard. Community council out there and a few things out there. She's been banging hard. If I could get her on the show, that would be good. Hold up. I see some new faces in the chat here. Rich D, he say blacked out. All right, Rich D. Niche Penda says peace P in the chat. What up, Miss Niche? It's time to sink these fools. We have nothing to lose. Yeah. It could be put together like that, Niche. It could be put together like that, Niche. Yeah, I hear you on that. So, like I said, that could be an option. This whole write-in thing. If we can all agree to write in somebody, all agree to the same motherfucker, that'll send a big statement. If we all put motherfucking Tom and Jerry on the ballot, I'm just saying Tom and Jerry. It could be like a real person that we want. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there. We don't know what nobody want to do for real. We put Powerpuff Girls on the motherfucking ballot, and that gets tallied. That makes a statement. That's my point. Until we get our lobbyism game in order, all we're gonna have access to is making statements. All we're gonna have access to is making political statements. So we can either all agree to write in a candidate, whether if your state do it or it don't do it. All right, that's just how it go. Or we can agree not to vote. Those are the statements that we have access to now. So let me ask y'all in the chat. Let me ask y'all in the chat real quick. What do y'all agree upon? I'm asking y'all now because when the presidential vote goes to the Electoral College, y'all know the program. We need enough sway locally to influence the state electors. That comes from lobbyist work and grassroots work, all that type of shit, and currying influence locally at a state level. You understand? I've talked about that, but we don't have the wheels on that yet, by and large, as a community. I talk about it, but we don't got the wheels on that, by and large, as a community. There's still an activity gap in our communities to where we don't have that kind of state level influence. So that's what it is with the state electors and the Electoral College. But as a people, like I said, y'all know I talk about pro-black lobbyism. That's our way of getting there. Yada, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But answer me for real before I go on. Like, write-in votes or don't nobody vote? You know what I mean? Like, what do y'all see as something that's better? Yo, Niche Penda says Powerpuff Girls is even a better choice. Niche Penda also says, I agree to not vote until we have our own candidates. Okay. All that makes sense to me. All of that that's all good. Either way, we're going to have to make a choice. Because while statements are all we have access to, we still got to mobilize what we have access to. It don't matter. We can't just not do shit in that regard. I mean, not voting is mobilizing. It's mobilizing what we're doing. And we moving in silence by not voting. That's cool. That's cool to move in silence. A lot can be accomplished by way of silence. It's the way you sneak up on motherfuckers and do all kind of crazy shit. Silence is a real thing. You know what I mean? It is a weapon. You know what I mean? But I'm also looking at ways we going, tool other things into our fucking closet where we keep all the guns at. You know what I mean? What other weapons are we going to access as we running through this? While this is all raining down on us right now. Right? So yeah, just understand, I've talked on my channel about how white supremacist society is trying to set it up where the neglect of our interests and reparations for slavery and all this and our money is going to be impregnated into the psychology of politics. And they're going to use some of the old faces that we've seen to help accomplish that. All these different spheres like mainstream news, NBC, CNBC, ABC, CBS, all these people, they're already, putting up anti-reparations taglines in their news and in their news delivery, right? But none of them are putting up the opposite. None of them are putting up pro-black vitality type pieces. You understand? They're all getting on code, and we're going to see it also from some of the new media spaces. We're going to see it from the medium.com, the heavy.com. They're going to start calling up their coon-ass writers. They're going to call up coons they ain't called up in years and ask them to write hit pieces on reparations, hit pieces on ADOS, hit pieces on black set-asides, hit pieces on us getting shit divvied up to us, all right? I just want y'all to understand that, all right? I've told y'all they're going to have commercials. They're going to have movies, all kind of shit. We're going to see all of this. All this, there's going to be some anti-black rhetoric, 24/7 type shit. And the politicians are the ones who come along to activate the neglect. You know what I mean? They come along to activate the cowering away of addressing what we need as a people, as black society, and addressing our priorities, right? So we kind of got a telescopic view. On my channel, we got a telescopic view of what life is going to look like for black society. All of it, all the coon, ass-kissing, buck-dancing Negroes too. All y'all motherfuckers too. Y'all, it's going to look like this for y'all motherfuckers too. Just wait. I can't wait until it look like the same way for y'all motherfuckers too. Until y'all ain't got nothing to hang on to. Yeah. And what's going to become evident, which is the premise of this video, is that it's going to be in the clear everybody's eye that politics is going to be divided into two factions. It's going to be ADOS and everybody on that black agenda shit, and then everybody else, anybody else willing to be a white supremacist subordinate type shit, right? So this post is just for a means for us to still keep an eye on all the players edging us out of the game, right? We want to dig into their background a bit, and I'm going to do that. So we can definitely say, oh, you, Cory Booker, you are the reason that everybody black had to do write-in votes in my state, right? You, Joe Biden, you the reason why everybody black had to do write-in votes in my state. You, booty gig, right? All of that shit, right? Hold up, no more pause on that. Booty gig, he the booty boy. He the booty yanker. You understand? The booty yanker. So, I want us to, keep an eye on that shit. And by the same token, so we can always keep our shit list updated. Keep a shit list, you know what I mean? And really, keep that shit updated, so to speak, of who did dirt to us. I'm saying? So we can make their ass pay in the long motherfucking run. Alright? Put a dirty rag on them, like the boy Corey Holcomb say. Put a dirty rag on them so that they ever get down on their luck and they need some black society TLC for something. They need us for something. We gonna stick the dirty rag on their ass, you know what I mean? And we're gonna tell them to go die somewhere, right? But real quickly onto these debates. Let me check the chat one more time because I know it stay changing and jump. Okay, so niche in it. I'm gonna check in with the chat every now and then. Sister Niche say silence is golden. Time to organize. Yeah, that come with it. Niche Pender say, I call you Niche like, damn. Old habits, Miss Niche Pender. Old habits die harder than a motherfucker. Of course, they want us to stay at the bottom with coons helping. Flaming. Yeah. Okay. I'm checking the timeline and shit. I want to keep another screen up where I can see the YouTube comments as they come up. Because on my screen, I see them. It's a little delay when I see it. But the YouTube, I get it like right then. I can see it, right? So I'm going to kind of keep them both up if I can. Can I keep them within a visage where I can work my menus on my screen? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that shit is what it is. Niche. But real quickly, on to the debates this week. First night, we got a snooze fest with Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, Tulsi Gabbard, Bill de Blasio. Bill, force vaccinations on your kid, de Blasio. No black agenda, so no black vote. I just summed that whole shit up for y'all. They focus heavily on corporation talk. All this talk of breaking up the big monopolies. That seemed to be their through line this whole time. This whole first day, right? Cory Booker kept running that line. They tried to make him the hero in the media the next day, like, Cory really shine. Nah, he didn't. Nah, he ain't. And y'all saw that post I put up addressing how his biggest donors to his campaign are big corporations, that George Norcross guy and that Joe DeVincenzo. These guys are under scrutiny. The Norcross guy is under scrutiny for getting all kind of tax breaks, over $1 billion in tax breaks. You know what I mean? DeVincenzo, this guy, he's got a contract with ICE to house DACA in correctional facilities. You know what I mean? Like, so people are going to be protesting Cory Booker at his next fundraiser because of this shit. So he acting like he's against corporations and the shit they do, but he's getting on stage and he's lying about his involvement with these guys. So we know he ain't jack shit but a fraud. Elizabeth Warren, she kicking the same bullshit. We got to stop the big corporations. We got to stop the big corporations. We got to break them up. Got to break them up. Shut up. Shut up. All right? Shut up. That's what we say on my end. They had Beto O'Rourke out there. And he's ineffectual as usual. He was on some shit like, the economy has to work for everybody, not just rich folk. Then he says the shit in Spanish, yo. That was the funniest part about Beto O'Rourke. He spit in one way in English, but then he would double over and double back with Spanish. Like, what? So that's theater right there. That's called theater, y'all. He's putting on a clown show to wow the Latinos in Miami. This shit was in Miami. I mean, he's trying to put a clown show on for the Latinos. And he spoke on how, you know, companies making all the money and they get to keep it and people don't get to keep as much who work for the return power to the voters, not the PACs, not gerrymandering. Y'all hear that shit? Now, not the PACs, not gerrymandering. All right, now I'm with him on that not gerrymandering part. For those of you that don't know, gerrymandering is just a way where politicians can get to write on a map what districts are and say, look, okay, I'm a Republican. Yeah, all this is going to be a Republican district. You know what I mean? They get to draw the lines on a map, so to speak. No, literally, they get to draw the lines on a map to where they're politically favorable to one party or another. All right? So I'm with him on that shit. But did you hear that? He said no PACs. What? To him, I say, well, Beto O'Rourke, your dumbass may not know, but PACs and lobbying, that's how you get things done in politics. If you get rid of people who push for the interests of one group by paying certain people, you know what I mean? If you get rid of that, you kill the set-aside game. You kill the set-aside game for every non-white group. Get that shit right. And white supremacist society, they have to leave a lane open for non-black, non-white groups. Obviously, they want to leave a lane open for non-black, non-white groups to flourish so that black people stay on the bottom. And the PACs help them get that done. So no, Beto, nobody's getting rid of no fucking PAC on the account of you. So he basically scheduled his death sentence in terms of politics. He scheduled his death date in terms of politics. That shit ain't gonna fly. Those Latinos you was pandering to, Beto, if you out there listening to my material, those Latinos you were pandering to, speaking that Spanish with your accent and all of that, they aren't trying to hear that shit. They want set-asides like a mug. They want to be over here illegally with no consequence. And creating a groundswell of representation right now of people that want to see that happen locally for them at local levels as the primer that they're going to use before they get lobbyists to jump on it at the national level like they pushing for right now. So, no, O'Rourke, Latinos are not going to rock with you on that. You could shut your Spanish the fuck up with that. So they ain't trying to hear that. But that was that day. That was that day. That was the first day of debates. Nothing else dropped the bomb. Nothing else meant nothing to me. So that was full of no black agenda, no standouts. Let me get to the chat real quick. I got to keep jumping back and forth. Oh, what up, Money Love? Good to see you back. I'm calling you Money Love, but it's probably Moni. It's probably like Monique or something. Damn, I don't know. I thought I said, hold up, I'm calling her Money Love. It's probably Moni, some shit like that, right? It's spelled Moni. Shout out to Moni Love in the chat. One of my mods. Moni Love say, it was all theater. Asking questions in Spanish. I was like, what the hell? Real. Yeah. I mean, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What other purpose does that serve outside of pandering? Right? Future 5001 say Corey was trying to speak Spanish in the debate too. What the fuck? Oh, panderer, hispanderer, philanderer. Yeah. Just real low shit, low ball ass shit. Terrence Seabrook say, love your show, bro. Keep up the good work. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro. That's what the fuck I do, man. I do good works, man. Trying to do good in life, man. Trying to do good. I'm saying. I mean. But yeah. Second day, yo, it was the same bullshit. Different toilet, same brown and green shit floating around in that bitch. What they had, Kamala came through dripping Harris. They had Andrew Peter Pan Yang. Joe, if one of these guys tries to take on my son, Biden, what if one of these guys tries to take on my son? Give a fuck about your punk ass son, Joe Biden. Nobody care. Nobody care, man. They had Bernie Sanders. They had Pete, dick up in the booty gig. They had Marianne Williamson. And I'll touch on a few things. This was a little different. The second day, a little different. It's in the respect that it seemed like it was more like impromptu type shit. Like, I don't know, almost improvisational in a way. They were very rude and interrupting each other. It was very fucked up, right? And like I said, this took place in Miami, a Latino city, basically. So it was all DACA pandering, all damn night. In a state that voted for Trump, and where most Latinos voted for Trump. I'm going to explain why in my post-Civil War Latino post, where they had Republicans for Trump, Latinos for Trump. What was that chick named? Denise Galvez. You understand? This is what's happening. All right. But let's start with Gillibrand. Kirsten Gillibrand. She was, DACA needs a pathway to citizenship. Sound like that co-opting disruptive language shit. A path to something, right? Let's see if we can get some pictures up here while we running through the Chizat and screens and so forth. Where's I know I got a picture of this shaved Ewok looking motherfucker. Shaved Ewok looking motherfucker right there. Y'all can't tell me that motherfucker like no shaved ass Ewok, man. If y'all know the movie. Come on. I wasn't around when the movie came out, but damn it, I watched it. I know. I wasn't there at the theater when it dropped, but damn it, I know a shaved Ewok looking motherfucker when I see it, god damn it. So yeah, she's kicking that, oh, DACAs need lawyers. She got on Trump for putting DACAs in the for-profit prisons type shit and whatever. Latinos, look, I don't give a fuck about DACA. Let me just say this real quick. Latinos, y'all now gotta eat that mistreatment that y'all get from white supremacist society. Because y'all have been in bed with them. Y'all have been in the bed with them. Y'all have an intimate history with the white supremacists in eroding black society and terrorizing black society. Make you think I'm gonna give a good goddamn about your life. Y'all sat back thinking the shit never gonna touch y'all. In the 19th century, they threatened y'all with deportation, deporting y'all for y'all not getting down with slavery interests and so forth. Y'all got on cold with white supremacy in droves. And this is what they do to y'all. All you ass-kissing types. This is what they do to you ass-kissing racists. This is what they doing to y'all's ass-kissing racists that y'all claim to have. Y'all claim to have so much Latino pride and heritage. Whatever the fuck, however the fuck you say it. Y'all getting locked up as DACA or whatever. That's what y'all get for hating on our ancestors. I don't think y'all motherfuckers understand me. I don't think y'all really put that shit together on how y'all motherfuckers can't get no sympathy out of me. Y'all can't get no nice out of me, man. You're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? My mind clicked like that, right? For all the non-allying that y'all have done to us as black people, this is what you Latinos get. So I don't give a fuck. Build that wall. Like the motherfuckers were saying during the campaign, build that wall, build that wall, build that wall, build that wall, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Build that wall, motherfucker. All right, I'm saying that shit. But Gillibrand, she's basically Latino pandering the whole time, being rude, and you know what I mean. They're not really letting her speak. They kind of little dogging her the whole time. You know what I mean? She ain't speaking up on shit. Motherfuckers just cutting her off type shit. They doing her like they did Marianne Williamson. I'm gonna get into Marianne Williamson. I mean, pause or no bestiality on that. No bestiality on that when I say I'm gonna get into Marianne Williamson. Right? Who else? They have Biden. Biden up there talking about, you know, y'all know his history is, oh, the rich shouldn't be penalized for this and that. He's on some, the rich shouldn't be penalized for this or that, shouldn't be penalized for this and that. Really as a way to try to compete, I guess, against, you know, the Andrew Yangs and people who are, you know, talking about taking these rich corporations to task for, you know, and kind of putting their profits up for the divvy up and whatnot and so forth and so on. But he spent his time, he got off to a fucked up start talking about, you know, ordinary middle class people built America, not rich people. Time out, flag on the play, clipping, holding, all that shit. You're fucking up. You're fucking up already, right? So he's trying to pander in his career. It's ridiculous. He's trying to pander to rich and to the non-rich people. Kind of shit. It's weird. He's weird, but he's on some bullshit. He's kicking fuckery, right? They trying to make middle class take over our story. That's what I put in my community post about Joe Biden. Y'all notice that shit? They want to act like the middle class are the ones on the bottom of the bottom, not black society. They trying to put themselves in ADOS shoes and tie them up and lace them up and run miles with the shit. Middle class immigrants. Senator Dianne Feinstein was kicking that shit all week, and she been kicking that shit. She's trying to make June into Immigrants Month, trying to pass a bill, a Senate bill where they, you know, they have these bills where they do like commemorative things and just say, hey, this is a bill we put up just to make a certain holiday or make a certain day of remembrance for this or that or whatever. She's trying to make June into immigrant month. Like right in the middle of motherfucking Juneteenth, they gonna try to make immigrant month. In the middle of Juneteenth month, right? This is what they got going on. But Biden was kicking that DACA. I'll spend billions to reunite people with their families. So this is a big money grab for DACA as far as anybody that's DACA is concerned. All these Democrats, right? He was kicking that don't lock people up. Let me get this bitch off my screen, man. Hold up. I could switch to this up. Man, she been up there too long. Let me put up the other culprit for a couple seconds. He was kicking that, don't lock people up. Don't lock these DACAs up. You change the circumstance under which they would have to leave America in the first place, or have to leave where they from in the first place and then try to come into America type shit. This motherfucker say don't lock up people, but change the circumstance under which they would leave in the first place, their home countries. But in 1994, Joe Crime Bill motherfucking Biden, with us, it was lock us up and don't change the circumstances that created them. Don't give a fuck. Don't care about the fucking situation that created them. Even though white supremacists created this situation for them and created and manufactured this outcome for them and placed them in it, lock them up. So Joe Biden ain't shit. Joe Biden ain't shit. Period. He lost all of my ear after that. I was like, look, he talked some more shit about Obama, how Obama was, he had a okay policy towards immigrants, and now he did all this with the Obama administration. Somebody jumped on his head and was like, man, Obama fucking deported millions of motherfuckers. 30 million, 300 million, 3 million people, some shit like that. Deported motherfuckers. What the fuck you talking about, man? Let me go to the chat real fast. I know y'all in it. Get it, y'all. Okay. That's a lot of comments. Now I really don't know if I keep up with all. Let me just shout out a few. Bonnie Flournoy. I seen you in the comments one day. We was talking about the Green Party one day, I believe. Bonnie Flournoy, yeah, she's a very informed woman. Bonnie be kicking the facts that she kick on this thing. Go ahead, Bonnie. Bonnie Flournoy says, yep, Cory Booker is as corny as fuck. Corny, your denim up. Yeah. Future 5001 say Latinos were already here. Latinos that are already here fight for the wall to be built too. Yeah, real life. Geraldo Rivera, motherfucking ass. Hey, look. Well, we gotta get him out of here. Geraldo Rivera, right? He don't give a fuck. They in panic mode right now. They in a frenzy right now. They in frenetics right now over this shit. They divided amongst so many different types of territory. They ripe for a lot of things to see them scrambled. To see them scrambled in the outcome. They like really fucked up right now. Really. Their head is in their stomach right now. They on some other shit, as I say. It's a saying I got. It's called their head is in their stomach right now. Put that shit together, huh? Let me go through a few other comments here. But that's all that white supremacists have done. Take the latest immigrants and pander to them for their votes. Look it up. I wouldn't doubt you on that, Bonnie Flournoy. I wouldn't doubt you on that at all. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. If I check the trend on that, let's see, like, okay, 70s going into the 80s. There was this, sort of spotlight being cast on the Latinos in a way. I want to see how that pandering panned out going into the Reagan era. I want to look at that and see what happened during the Reagan era, right? I want to look at it. I hear what you're saying. I want to see what legs it got on it. But the 50s, we had a big Puerto Rican insurge in America. That's the word insurge, surge in America, right? I want to see what happened around those 50s, where all those, Puerto Rico was a big military base for America back during that time. So I want to see what happened as a result of those immigrants coming from that, right? Something to look at, Bonnie Flournoy, something to look at. I would not doubt it, you know what I'm saying? I want to check to see what kind of legs it got on. I wouldn't doubt it in ways, but who else, man? Kamala, the hot sauce, soul food eating Canadian Harris, with the hot sauce in her pocket. She came up on the motherfucking stage and, God, what the fuck, man? Put a stressed face up there. So she got up there, kicking that $500 tax credit, repealing the tax benefits that benefit the rich, the top 1%, all of this. So she's on that 1%er shit they was kicking during the years of the Tea Party and all of that shit. So she's still kind of stuck in that kind of zone. She's talking about, I will reinstate DACA protection and defer deportation of people's parents and shit. Like if they are Latino child here, then their parents came here illegally, she's going to defer it, put it off. All right, bitch, that's not really a policy. You're not giving them you're not letting them know what's happening. You put them in limbo. The hammer going to drop, and you not letting them know when it's going to drop. Like, what type of shit? What kind of policy is that? Oh, the hammer going to drop on your ass. I ain't going to tell you when, but that's policy. No, sit your stupid ass down. Right? It's how my mind clicked, right? She was on that shit. You know, if you a veteran and Latino and you served, you know, we're gonna try to stop that type of shit too. If you're a Latino and you're a DACA or whatever, you serve for our country, kicking that bullshit. So again, this was a DACA pandering fest for her. She's talking about locking up kids and taking them from their parents. It's not what America is about. I want to say this. You know, for her to be part Indian, basically an Indian, I'm going to say that. The Asian and Pacific Islander packs and all that, the AAPI, those different groups that I went in on and talked to y'all about, they're going to trash her now. I'm thinking they're finally going to cut her off. Because all she did was pander to the Latinos. She kept talking and going for applause and shit. Like, motherfuckers was like, okay, you can stop talking. She kept talking and going for applause and shit. Shit was pitiful. But they're going to jump on her ass. They're like, look, man, you ain't really about what we about. Remember how I told you how the Indians kind of were on a question kind of thing with Kamala? Like, we want to see what she's going to do for us. We're going to see if she does more for Indians than Tulsi Gabbard. It was a sort of them weighing one or the other. If this was any indication, they not gonna fuck with her. You understand? She ain't say shit about Indian nothing. Okay? She only got off code and stopped talking about Latinos when Marianne Williamson brought up reparations. And when I say brought up reparations, y'all, I mean she said it in passing. It was within a list of things that she was talking about. She was talking about something and reparations and she went on and glossed over it real quick than a motherfucker. Faster than the fuck. So I want to get into her a little bit too. Let me go to the chat. Get the chat screen up where I can see. I can see the other screen, but I like this screen though. This one look certain way to me. Who in this mug? Okay, so y'all going up. Let me. I gotta address my chat, cause hell, y'all type comments, man. What the fuck? Gotta holler at y'all. G-Man Junior 64, what up, bruh? Shatton. Bonnie Flournoy says, if I find my bookmarks, all 4 articles, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Do that. You got my email, thepdgaf@gmail.com. I think I might have gave it to you at one point in time, but it is in my business contact under YouTube. You can check my business contacts. It is the email for my business contacts, so hit me up, or I'll put it. I usually put it in the description of the video or whatever. So yeah, check me out like that. Get at me like that, Miss Flournoy. Future 5001 say, even back when the Italians, Poles, and Irish were immigrating to America, our government sided with them and made them white to the detriment of black people. Yeah. That once they got past their religion differences, it took them about a good 70 years, 60, 70 years. But right after the fact, they were right on code with white supremacy starting at the beginning of the 20th century. They didn't miss a step. They were lockstep with white supremacy. It's very true. So it started coming over here in the 1830s, 1840s. All those groups. Who else? Oh man, Future 5001 say Marianne Williamson said something to the effect of diet and health reparations, and the moderator said, okay, that's enough, turn her mic off. Man, yo, she really went overboard. She was on some shit like, oh, chemical policies, we need environmental policies, we need all this. She was really running bases for nonsense and things that aren't tangibles. So understand that. Her whole time, Marianne Williamson, back to her whole time was spent, like the man 5001 kick. It was all slight, all tiptoeing, all cottony, soft on stage. That's her presence on stage, right? Like, I want to say this, man. Everybody else that was in the debates, they was dogging the scene, hogging the lane, talking over her, interrupting her, and just hogging her, dogging her. You understand? She ain't getting in no words. Everybody's just like, man, get out the way, bitch. I'm here to talk about this. I'm here to talk about DACA, bitch. What you talking about? Shut your fucking mouth. You're talking stupid shit. Like, motherfuckers just basically saying that. Basically, on some Debo shit. Deboing her ass the whole time. You know what I mean? And then they asked her at the end, it was like, 30 seconds. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get into the presidential office? Or what's the first thing that you would try to do? If you could only get one thing done, is what they said. What would be the first thing you would do? She's like, I would call up some bitch in Switzerland and say, girlfriend, we gotta make the world a better place for kids or some shit, for our grandchildren. Or something's like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, shit. What are you talking about? Right? It's that, right? So Marianne Williamson, she was very weak, very weak. I would go in longer on her, but she didn't say much of nothing. She said reparation for about 1 second. And to show you how polarizing that topic is, that caused Kamala Harris to get back on the mic and say, well, hey, you know what, black people, and I do this for black people. And, so we automatically start running our whole sentiment of, okay, you're about to start pandering to black people because the white lady brought up reparations in passing. You see how fire the topic reparations is? You see what it do when a motherfucker bring it up? It make even the motherfuckers that's been faking and fronting like they down with black people say, hey. Now look, I've been like this and I've done like that. Yeah. Bitch. You know what I'm saying? So she jumped up. She hopped up on the mic. You know, and was kind of huffing and puffing about the shit. They trying to make Kamala Harris a fucking hero in the fucking social media today. I'm sure y'all might have seen the shit. They're like, oh, she just faced so much racism. The racism Kamala Harris faced after her debates. People are saying she's not black enough because we told y'all she ain't the one like that. We already put her out like that. So for her to try to jump up and do whatever, she ain't the one. Understand? Period. So they're trying to spin it like she's being victimized and people are so racist. Like, no. Black folk can't be racist. Just like black men don't cheat, black people can't be racist. Now, put that shit together. Put it in your pipe. Smoke that shit. Halfway smoke it. Then throw it back in the vial. Put the top back on. Smoke it later. The fuck we doing? What's the fuck we on to see y'all get with? Recognize that we, you know what I'm saying? We ain't playing. So yeah, it was that. You know, people pretty much ignored her and what she had to say, and I'm not surprised. She wasn't hitting on nothing. It was nothing forceful about her showing. And when you were, like I said, you dealing with white supremacists, man, you got to get in their face. That's the only thing that respects a motherfucker, getting in their face, dogging them. That's really how it is. I don't know who don't live in that world. When I do my post on, you know, just these run-ins that I've had with different motherfuckers in the street, when I do my post on the special forces motherfucker, this white supremacist Republican that I got the gym quiet with when we was in there arguing one day. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, this motherfucker, this person that I am right now, I'm this person in real life, right? Right? Like, it ain't just what y'all see on the screens. Like, you know, when this camera go off, I'm gonna go to my mailbox. I'm gonna see somebody, what up? Yeah, what up? You know what I'm saying? This is me, right? So, I'm gonna show you what it is, man. It's like a certain type of motherfucker it take to move these people, right? They don't just move off of this Marianne Williamson. She's really, you know, kind of frail. She had this issue with clearing her throat all the time. People always got on her about clearing her throat. Like, yeah, she clears her throat too much. They're not going to vote for her because she clears her throat too much. They're going to use that against her. And people will, you know what I mean, type of shit. She ain't the type of motherfucker, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see no hog in her. She don't got no hog in her. Real life. But yeah. Hold up, I've been going for a little. Let me get to the comments real quick before I get on. Who else was left? Yeah, Peter Yang. Andrew Yang. Let me jump on his behind too. Pause. So what we got here? We got Work of Art Nails. What up, sis? Work of Art says Marianne Wilson was so scattered. She should have went in with reparations full throated. Yeah, right. Right. It shouldn't have been no talking around shit. What the fuck? Huh? So yeah, I'll check in with those a little later. See y'all do y'all thing in the chat. I ain't forgot about just 'cause I got y'all up here. So y'all here in the chat. Good. We got this facial management thing in alignment. All right. That's good. We doing the work. So let me put the idiot up there. See? I don't respect that. Marianne Williamson. You ain't talk shit about reparations except one time. You ain't press it. You ain't run the line. I don't respect that. So they got 11 more debates left, y'all. The next one's going to be in Detroit next month. I think late next month. So we got some more time for motherfuckers to show up, man. But if the first one is an indication, I look at the first one. I look at that. I got a saying that trepidation is traitorism. If you showing that you scared, I'm looking at you as a traitor. You finna snitch type shit if you scared. Is what I be thinking about. I've told y'all different stories about shit, right? So I'm saying, Marianne Williamson, ain't nobody playing with you, motherfucker. Nobody playing with you like that. You gotta come hard. You gotta show what you bout for real. You gotta show that work. You gotta show that work. Who's that? That's Cash Money. Hold up. Niche Pendot, you from Louisiana, you heard that shit? Show that work. They gotta show that work, homie. You know what I mean? Gotta show that work, man. Man. So let's get to it. What do we leave off? Let me get this Andrew Yang Yang up here real quick. Kicking his yang like usual. He wasn't talking about shit. He was talking about $1,000 for everybody. Rising tide ass bullshit. I might even hear that fuck shit. Alright. So it was that. They asked him a question about China. They was like, man, say, what do you think about China? China is a big threat to America. What do you think about China being a threat to America? He was like, we don't want to talk about China. I think Russia is our greatest threat. Tariffs on China is just punishing people for both sides. It's fucking with people. We shouldn't be getting mad at China. We should leave Asians alone. This is what he's basically saying. We should leave the Asians alone at the debate. Let's leave Asians alone. Don't talk about my people. He got on the defensive real hard. People kind of notice that, like, oh, he got, it's because they Asian. Okay, we see that. Word, we see it. Nigga see it. You know what I'm saying? See what you're doing. You know what I mean? So it's that. Andrew Yang, but he ain't talking about shit. Y'all know what he talking about. The Peter Pan shit. Dropping money out the sky. Talking about his little college program. How it's going to help everybody. His college program going to help everybody, y'all. Boy, I tell you, motherfuckers, if it ain't one thing, it's another. They think of the stupidest shit and think this shit passed. Like, motherfuckers don't think the shit through. I'm saying, like, motherfuckers gonna think your shit through whatever you spit, man. Like, what? So, yeah. Who else came up there, man? Oh, yeah, old man Bernie Sanders. Let me get his face up here. Look at that picture. Like he about to rebut something. Like he about to say, no, because I voted for that because I didn't read the whole thing. He about to say some shit like that. I voted for the crime bill. There were certain things that I liked about it, but others, he about to say some shit like that, right? Look at his face. He about to try to defend some bullshit he did. So yeah, he was another ineffectual milksop up there. Talking about, they asked him, are taxes going to go up to pay for universal health care? Because he's this guy, he's talking about universal health care. If you don't know his priorities as a politician or whatever, he's talking about universal health care and free college for everybody. That's his thing. Well, all right. No black agenda type shit, but okay. So they asked him, are taxes going to go up? Are taxes going to go up for you to do these things? It's a simple question. And he went into a tirade. He went into, and then they asked him again after he unwelled it for about a good, seemed like 5-7 minutes. It was like, so, just answer the question. They had to keep reeling motherfuckers back. Like, just answer the question. You said yes or no, that shit. So he ended up saying, yeah, I'm going to raise taxes. I'm going to raise taxes on Wall Street. I'm going to tax, and yeah, I'm going to tax the middle class too. All right. You could have just said that. Why you know what I'm saying? All right. So, he's that guy. He's been going in on the insurance companies and the drug companies. That's his thing. He ain't talking about no black agenda, though. I ain't moved by him. He ain't getting to the root cause of America's problems, which is avoiding this bill it owes to black society. The oldest bill that it owes on its books is reparations. So, who you talking to? Trying to hear that. Who you talking to, Biden? I ain't trying to hear that. Sanders, you look like Biden. Like Biden granddaddy. Got that in the middle of the head, hairline and shit. That shit go way back. Damn. Well, to the comedy store. Well, Bobby Jimmy, what we're talking about, motherfucker. If y'all remember that, y'all remember Bobby Jimmy, comedian motherfucker. Got that hairline go back to the comedy store, boy. Who else, man? Lastly, I want to get on Booty Gig. Try to give his ass the microphone a lot because, damn, pause. Damn, you know what I mean? You can't really talk much about Booty Gig without having to say pause. He said a lot of shit that make motherfuckers say, look, man, you're supposed to say pause after that, Booty. I don't care if you're gay or whatever, man. He was saying a lot of shit. His verbiage was real weird. I noticed that. He was saying shit like, we want to kind of squeeze this in and we want to kind of grease this up and kind of, hey, you gay. Why you talking like that to us, man? I mean, this ain't the stage for that. This ain't the place where you do that, man. Yeah, so I was like, hold up, man. Weirdo, man. But, yo, so his whole thing, Booty Gig, they gave him the microphone a lot because this was also a jock LGBT fest, and he's gay. He's gay, and this was also a jock LGBT nuts fest. So, a couple of the politicians got up there and started talking an LGBT mess. But when they got serious with him, they asked him about Eric Logan, a brother out there in Indiana, in his home state, who was killed a week and a half ago, a couple weeks ago. It was like, man, yo, you getting a lot of flack in your home state for this type of shit, man. You're getting a lot of flack where you at. You know what I mean? And you ain't did shit. The black community coming down on your ass and you ain't moving. Like, what are you doing? And he kicking this whole, well, we did bias training for the police. We did de-escalation training for the police. And it didn't save them. That's what he said. It didn't save them. It didn't help them. Just that. It didn't work. So, what? What else are you going to do, bitch? Is how I'm thinking. Like, all right, you're kicking this de-escalation talk. You're kicking this training talk for bias training. You don't train police officers with that. You train police officers with imprisonment and or death. You train police officers with imprisonment and or death penalty. On my channel, that's what you do. If they kill somebody unarmed, who's not a physical threat, you understand? They're not a physical threat. If you can shoot them in the leg and you shoot them in the head, death is what I say. Alright? You train them with death. Don't nobody want to say that shit. I'm the only motherfucker that talk like this on YouTube. I get me and a few people, I guess. But this is how you train police officers. They are already lifted up in society to be in a position greater than everybody else by virtue of being a part of a fraternity that has city attorneys that work for them, FBI that train them, that co-sign them, all these different groups that work with them and have set them aside and put them up in society, lift them up as these special beings to where they're not supposed to be fuck-ups, to where they're supposed to be the moral pinnacle. You train them with death. You train them with imprisonment. All right? They got on his ass and was like, man, why is there not more police officers that are black in your city? Your city is 28% black. You only got, 8% black cops? 8%, something like that? And why didn't that change while you were there in your term or whatever? He ignored it. He ignored that question, right? So, he's been on some bullshit. They got on him like, what do you think about China and all of this shit? He was like, oh, China is using technology to perfect dictatorships. So anybody that talked about China, they was talking about some old where China stands as far as its competitive factor next to America as a viable competitor doing trade and so forth and so on, and its kind of run that China has had with technologies and kind of innovating different areas of technology like AI, different things, right? But they not talking about fentanyl. And they not talking about opioids. The real damn problem. Alright? White people gonna talk their way around this real issue that they got with China. I noticed this shit. They gonna talk away whenever they find a way around this real issue that's going on with China, to the extent that they gonna end up dying the fuck over it. Right? So I don't care if they die by virtue of that. I don't care if they become more diseased with hepatitis and AIDS and all this other shit, whatever the fuck else, by virtue of that. Me personally. You understand me on that? If your people are willing to systematically ignore that y'all have a fucking opioid epidemic, let me get to this screen for my people. I know y'all in the chiz at. I like to pull up the scrizine, see what's being kicked. How I wanna move it in. I wanna fade it, I wanna down it, I wanna slide it. Hold up, I can't see all the comments. Let me go to my other screen. Oh, they load up so slow on the screen. Okay. Bonnie Flournoy says, yep, I wish they'd ignore the bills I owe. Real shit. G-Man Jr. 64 say he ain't shit but a crack of F&G. Yeah, ain't he? G-Man Jr. 64 say F&CK, the Democratic Party. They ain't shit. They haven't done anything for us and they won't. Bonnie Flournoy says, go figure. Taxpayers pay law enforcement to be abused and mistreated. Yes, it is state-sanctioned, tax-paid terrorism. So, yeah, this money got to be repatriated. This money got to be moved somewhere else now. The money that we pay into the system, this got the people who are benefiting from this process, because it ain't us. People who have been benefiting from this setup, because it ain't us. Go ahead and put a little box right on your check where you got Medicare and Medicaid and how much was taken out for your Social Security and all this shit. Put another box for ADOS. That's what we're going for, y'all. That's what we having. But yeah, he was kicking that. And like I said, when it comes to China, I don't care if white people are on the outs with that in terms of what they're dealing with in China. They want to talk around it. I don't give a fuck. If your group, white people, is supposed to be so smart and so powerful, but y'all's ego won't let y'all say that this is a problem. This is y'all's problem, y'all's own problem. And y'all take possession of y'all own problem, y'all own little bullshit, right? Because y'all want to look as if y'all the problem-free race. And, somebody like this booty gig, his parents are from Europe, from the Malta region. They're Maltese. His old man's Maltese European. I think his mom is also Maltese. I could be mistaken on that. But his old man is from the Malta region. He's an immigrant. So you already know. If you ever, check out these white supremacist channels like Red Ice. They on this whole Europe should be a white ethno state type shit. They kicking that shit. And they don't get no block. They don't get nothing on YouTube. Check them out, Red Ice. Not to give them no shine, but the mentality over there in Europe is white people are problem free. White people are perfect. We should just be by ourselves somewhere. And that's just the way that, well, that's not how y'all became successful, was being by yourselves. When y'all were by yourselves, y'all were eating your own newborn babies. You were engaging in homoerotic, homosexual activities. You were not cooking your meats. You were not bathing yourself. When you came out of the caves after being exiled to the caves because your inability to be around regular society, you had to be removed from society. Then when you were by yourself, what were you doing? Fuckery. Then when you came out of the caves, motherfucker, you in a world where it was foreign to you, and consensus had to come down upon your pure and white, problem-free lives. I'm being sarcastic. Problem-free and perfect white lives, to the point where, look, white people, you coming out these caves, motherfucker, you gonna have to take a bath. Okay, we're gonna show you how to bathe, motherfucker. Soap and water does exist, motherfucker. And your stinking ass coming out the caves, we're gonna introduce you to that. We're gonna prescribe soap for you. Oh, you motherfuckers that want to eat raw meat, bloody ass meat? No, motherfucker, you're not in the caves, motherfucker. We're gonna show you how to cook fucking food. All right. So y'all want to be perfect and all want to act like y'all are just this angelic ass race. I get sick and tired of that shit. Y'all motherfuckers ain't a goddamn way close to perfect. In no way. By no stretch of the imagination. By no point of intersection. Nah. So if y'all want to front and act like y'all the problem-free race behind this whole opioid epidemic, I say knock y'all dumbass selves out. I'll see y'all at the fucking corners. I'll see y'all dumbass bodies at the motherfucking corners, motherfucker. And that's why you see, they've invested so much spite into black society and invested so much capital, money, and sweat equity and intellectual capital, etc., into locking out black society so hard and creating diversions like immigrants built America, like that Dianne Feinstein. Diversions like motherfucker, middle class built America, shit like that. It's middle class that came from where? By virtue of us. Like, they're on this bullshit where like we have to love everybody but not black people. You know what I mean? We gotta everybody cool except black people. Immigrants are so cool but not black people. You know what I mean? Like, and they're in love with all these diversions that they created to the extent that that's going to fuck up white supremacist society. That's going to fuck them up. And I'm a nigga that's going to keep laughing as y'all keep dying behind this shit. Make no mistake about it. I will be laughing. Y'all run these different diversionary ways of addressing y'all's problems, and especially this epidemic with the opioids. Motherfuckers is dropping like flies behind this shit. All kind of shit going on. Y'all devising all kind of soft-padded, soft-handed ways of handling it and approaching this shit. And you don't address the root of this shit. Y'all got y'all irons in the fire devoted to locking black people out of society. And y'all doing that so hard, chasing that so hard, that y'all are ignoring y'all's own motherfucking breathing. That's what the fuck going on. So let me see what's up with the chat. I'll check y'all out every now and then. Yeah. Hold up, man. Let me run to the chat real quick, man. I know y'all kick some shit I want to hear, man. I know it. I just know it. I know it. Yo, Terrence Seabrook say they was eating maggots. Real life, man. I'm saying, I ran across a few brothers that had the menu of what they was eating in them caves, man. You know what I mean? broken it down in a lot of ways, man. Maggots, I haven't heard of that one from the menu listing, but I do not doubt that in no way, Terrence. I believe you, bro. When you got raw ass meat sitting, the fuck come out of raw meat? Maggots, man. I've heard juniper, I've heard mallow, things like that. It was like really their staples, right? But yeah, come on, man. Pete Buttigieg said he don't need black votes. This is from Bonnie Florino. I remember that. That was this week, as a matter of fact. He said he's not looking for the black vote. Yeah. So, let me move down. These pinners say they popping drugs like candy. Ain't they? Don't they? Fuck their problem. Why they can't just stop doing the dope? Niche Pender. What the fuck wrong with them? Terrence Seabrook say the greatest trick they pulled over the world is to make us out as the worst people on the planet. You goddamn fucking right. You right about that, brother Seabrook. 55,001 say white society tries to ignore ADOS like they try to ignore climate change. Ultimately, ADOS, climate change, and their greed will be the downfall of their society. Yeah, you can see that in parts. Niche Penda says, Vincere Altamori, are you lost? Well, let me see where this fool is. Vincere Altamori says, you have to be hot in that hat and gloves. You promised me? That's my response. Vincere, you promised me? You know what's up. You know I got AC fan and all that shit. You don't know none of that. You promised me though. While you talking though, I'm asking. All right. We ain't hear no reply from Vincere Altamori, but Vincere Altamori, he do say the Dems plan to bring free health care for illegal immigrants. The Dems plan to bring free health care for immigrants isn't great. Oh, their plan to bring free health care isn't great. Okay. All right. Section 31X. What up, boy? Says peace, PDGAF. You got on at the right time just for Jason Black. Hey, look, man. I told you, man, my chum, man, I don't care who out there in the world, man. I think I told you or somebody else, man. I don't post based on what no man do, man. I'm in this shit for me, nigga. What happened if these niggas don't post one day? What happened if Tariq missed a post or Jason missed a post? Nigga, I got to keep doing me, man. I don't move based on what niggas do, man. But it's good that you took notice of it, that you got your little lineup of, what you want to see on the weekend. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Your little lineup, bro. I get it, bro. I'm saying, man, just for those that don't know, you might already know. I think I already got with you about that in the comments one other time, man. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody was like, hey, man, come on, man. You going on the same time as Tariq, man. Don't make us choose, man. Like, all right, choose, nigga. Don't, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do, man. Like, there's such thing as watch later. You can watch later. That type of shit. That shit is real on YouTube. They make those little buttons for those kind of reasons, right? Somebody else you want to holler at, whatever. That's what the fuck it is. Yeah. What the fuck is... Okay, so y'all going on a bit. Alright. Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. I ain't gonna tell y'all to block or do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all judge the temperature by y'all own spirit judging. You know what I'm saying? On my channel, man, we pride ourselves on being able to judge spirits real quick. And it's on site on my channel. Somebody gave me the shout out. I was like, look, man, yeah, it's on site on your channel. Shit is on site. When a motherfucker do some fuckery and I see it, if I come across it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, nigga? It's on site, man. When I see it, saying, but that's the reason I got mines, man. They jump. My mines jump. They on their own, they jump. My mines is wild as fuck, man. They don't give a fuck. They will jump without me saying it or not. So that's why I say you gotta watch what you say on my chat. what should you say? My channel is not your friendly neighborhood Negro channel. We're not your everyday friendly neighborhood Negroes on my channel. We jump. Slightest shit will make us jump. I'm telling you now. I'm saying, right? But yeah, this little promotion for my mods. I appreciate y'all work. Every last one of y'all. Niche, Penda, appreciate your work, sister. You show up like clockwork. I appreciate that. You don't got to do that. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Lovely Darkness, 1942. Appreciate your work when you show up. Moni Love, I appreciate your work, your links, everything you do. You know what I mean? That's invaluable to what I do. You know what I'm saying? All of that is a help. So I ain't got to deal with this shit in one screen. You know what I mean? I got other screens, other shit that I want to fuck with and point at and see importance in. And y'all are relegated to just wilding on motherfuckers in the chat whenever y'all want to. That's what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I applaud that shit. Go wild on the motherfuckers when y'all need to. You know what I'm saying? That's good. We do that on my channel. Yeah, we do that. But I'll close out with that, y'all. So when we talk about what's coming from the political parties and all that shit, you know, I'm through getting on these motherfuckers with this little debate shit. But we know that all of them are active participants against black society. We see this. They're on some Jim Crow shit, some separatist politics shit. You Negroes over there get one type of treatment and everybody else get other types of treatment. You understand? This is why I titled it the anti-black separatist, white separatist politics of the Democrats, right? They're basically trying to see how far they can ride without black America as their training wheels. Because we serious about this no voting shit. We serious about this motherfucker. We gonna do some write-in vote shit and really show y'all what the fuck mobilizing our disgust for you motherfuckers look like. Until we put some wheels on some other shit and then start turning them shits on your head. That type of shit. We already gonna do that, right? So as we are America's training wheels, goddammit, we were America's training wheels. We basically disconnected from the bike, goddammit. You know, we got one screw already out, one training wheel. The other one is still got a couple more turns left. Right? And we not support none of them no more until certain things get in place and certain things get prioritized is the word I say on this channel. It's fucking priority, motherfucker. All right? And right now we're at a priority stalemate where our priorities need to align in a way right now to sort of force the hand of these motherfuckers in the political process and kind of force the hands of the priorities of the political process. Instead of just, you know, we ain't looking at people, we're just looking at the process in general, right? So there's some things that we're going to touch down on as this progresses. This is an ongoing thing, ongoing that we jumping down with right now. So, hey, can't say we ain't one y'all motherfuckers, man. Shit, keep y'all shit lit. Hope y'all motherfuckers lit over there, cause we ain't stopping. We ain't quitting. We ain't quitting. G-Man Jr., PDGAF, will you mod me, bro? You know what, G-Man Jr. 64? You show up all the time, bro. You know, I'll mess around and mod you, bro, and then I might get rid of a couple of mods that, you know what I mean? Just to, you know, not have it all the way congested, but I'll fuck around and mod you. Shut up, mod G-Man Jr. 64. You know, I'll fuck around and do it. Let me do it, man. All right, G-Man Jr. 64, you still in the chat, man? Let me show you this, bro. This how that feel like, homie. Type something, G-Man Jr. 64. Type something, G-Man Jr. 64 if you're still in the chat. If you're still in the chat, G-Man Dream 64, type something, you'll see that. There you go. There you go. There you go. So that's what's up. So y'all watch out for G-Man Dream 64, man. Motherfucker raw, man. I'm gonna fuck with that, man. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, so you know when I'm dropping. And yeah, don't forget to check out my Teespring. I put the link in the little description and all that. The link in the chat. Make America pay again. That's what the fuck we on. That's what they gotta do. Period. Everybody else get it. We coming to snatch. We coming to get it. We coming out to get it. I'm gonna get it, y'all. Good night.